Uh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another podcast of the Too Good to Be True podcast NBA Playoff Edition. I'm your host, Pascal Mayala. Um, we got two teams that got swept in the NBA semifinals. One team tied the series. Actually, two teams tied the series. I might add, and the other two who advanced to the conference finals. Let's talk about it. But first, make sure to listen to this podcast on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True Podcast. Subscribe, like, notify, leave your comment on my video because we need it. We need more people, more subscription on my YouTube channel, and you can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. That being said, let's get right to it. So the first game we're going to talk about is the New York Knicks versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Um, Great win for the New York Knicks, who swept the Philadelphia 76ers 4-0, 144 to 114. 114 with a pretty much a beat down from the New York Knicks with five starters who got double digits on the New York Knicks. Like Jalen Brunson had 22 points, four rebounds, sorry, six assists. Carl Anthony Towns, 17 rebounds, four rebounds, 10 assists. Mikael Bridges, 12.4 four rebounds and six assists. Josh Hart, 17.9 rebounds. McBride, 25.4 points. Shaman from the bench, 12 points. Meanwhile, for the Sixers, Joel Embiid got 24.5 rebounds, four assists. Tyrese Maxey, 17 points. Paul George, 7. Kelly Oubre, 10. VJS come 8. And let's say this game was a blowout. Like I said in the beginning, it's a beatdown. So I'm not surprised about the Knicks winning it because you know we expected the New York Knicks to beat the Philadelphia 76ers. But what I did not expect is the 76ers did not show up any of the four games. Actually, game two it was pretty much a close game, but they stunk. And also, you got to make credit. There was a lot of Knicks fans in the attended in Philadelphia. This is it shows you how the organization of Philadelphia are. They have to figure out what to do in the off season. Are you keeping Joel Embiid? Are you trading Joel Embiid in free agency? Because I don't think trading him. I don't think he has value. This is me personally. I don't think he has value, but he could be a contributor. You know what I'm saying? Because the process is over. The process is over in Philadelphia. It's time to move on from Joel Embiid. It is time. He's too much. He's too injury prone. I mean, they need to do something about that. I think Philadelphia will have to make a difficult choice in the off season. Meanwhile, for the New York Knicks, they're going to the conference final. They're gonna have to wait which team they're gonna go next against the Pistons or the Cavs. Because if they go against if this is my opinion, if the Cavs win this series, I think the Knicks will have a chance to go to the finals, but it has to be a game seven. If the Pistons win, I think the New York Knicks will be in trouble because I don't think Jalen Brunson can guard Kate Cunningham. He can't guard Kate Cunningham because he's too big. And Detroit play a physicality ball, especially this in the season they wanted to face the New York Knicks because of their physicality. Their physicality is too much for the New York Knicks. For now, my question is for the New York Knicks: how do you bounce back? Because the regular season you got swept. How do you bounce back from that? That's the question that everybody the Knicks have to respond, and the people are gonna ask. So so this is gonna be an interesting series if one of those two teams go win in the series. Now next game, the Spurs versus the Wolves. Great win for the Spurs, 114 to 109. The series is tied. But this is much more bigger than the stat because if you look at the stat, De'Aaron Fox 24.4 rebound, Stephon Castle 20 point six rebound 4 assists, Dylan Harper 24.7 in rebound, Vessels 14 points. Meanwhile, in the Timberwolves, in the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards 36 points, 6 rebound, 12. Sorry, not 12, but 2 assists. Rudy Gobert 11 and 13. Julian Randle 12 point, a rebound. Jay McDaniel 14 and 6. The Sumu 10 and now he's 15 points. But actually the two big stories. Okay, the first story we're talking about Anthony Edwards. Can we give a shout out to Anthony Edwards, man? Especially on Mother's Day, he's dropped 36 points on Mother's Day. We need to find. I think I have to do my research when Mother's Day comes. Um, uh, who scored the most points on Mother's Day in the NBA playoff? Because this is going to be very interesting. So I have to make a list one day, maybe next year. Next year, uh, I'll try to do that. Try to do that. The list. But the biggest story is that the Victor Wembanyama situation that that happened, which means that he got ejected in the second quarter because he threw an elbow on Nas Reed, and he got ejected in the second quarter. The league did not suspend him. He will not be disciplined, which the discipline I have no issue with it. Now he doesn't need a discipline, but the ejection should he have been suspended? Me personally, yes, because it's a flagrant two. This is my opinion. You can disagree with me what I said, but this is my opinion that he should be suspended for game 5. But the NBA did not suspend him, so I'm okay with it. But um, me personally, he should have been suspended. So I just turn out the light, turn on the light. Um, he should have been suspended, but it is a story for another day. Actually, not for another day because he's already not suspended. But I hope that he learned his lesson not to do the elbow because the elbow thing is very dangerous because of the what happens if a player have a concussion? What happens if a player does have a concussion and concussion is a big a serious topic that the whole world talk about in sport, especially in combat sport, especially in combat sport. But I'm glad he didn't get concussed. So now I hope he's okay. So I'm glad he didn't get concussed. Not a serious game. The Pistons versus the Cavs. Great win for the Pistons, 112 to 103. The series is tied with a great performance of Donovan Mitchell. But before we talk about the score, let's look at the score for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, 19.3 rebounds with 7 turnovers. And Tobias Harris, 60 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Karis LeVert from the bench, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, who showed up. Meanwhile, for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, 43 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. James Harden, 24 points, 11 assists. Uh, Evan Mobley, 17.8 rebound. What a great performance from Donovan Mitchell. And the half, he tied with Sleepy Floyd. I think it's Sleepy Floyd for the half point in the game. during the playoff. So the series tied. Everybody in the Cavs showed up. Meanwhile, for the Pistons, they need to look in the mirror, look how to win Game 5 at home and close it out Game 6 in Cleveland. Because I don't think none of those two teams won on the opposite win on the other team's court. The same thing with the Raptors and the Cavs. None of those two teams won on the opposite court on the hometown. On the home court of the other team. But this it's pretty much a great series. I can't wait to see what happens in Game 5. I think this series could go to a Game 7, in my opinion. But great win for the Cavs, and moving on from this. Um, the final game, Thunder versus the Lakers. Thunder win 115 to 110. Um, the Thunder swept the Lakers got swept by the Thunder. So let's look at the stat right now with SGA with 35.8 assists, Mitchell 28 points, Holmgren 16 and 9 points, and McCain 13 points. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, LeBron James 24 and 12 rebound, Rui Hachimura 25.5 rebounds, 2 assists, Reeves 27.7 rebounds, 6 assists, Hayes 18 points, and DeAndre Ayton a non-factor. A non-factor, people. What did I say in my previous series? My previous game? I said DeAndre Ayton is a non-factor big man. And you signed this big guy who he does, I'll tell you that he's not Shaq, but he does have his number. He does a lot, he does his things. But this is not the guy that the Lakers want for the big man. And now we have to question about LeBron's future. Do you do I think that LeBron will leave the Lakers to go somewhere else? Probably. Do I think the Lakers need to reshuffle the roster a little bit? Yes, because you do have Luca as your future. Because you got to be all around him. You got Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton. I don't know what you do with him because I'm pretty much done with him. I'm done with him. I'm done with DeAndre Ayton. He comes out dominating. Well, we didn't see that in the playoff. So something has to. He needs to look to the mirror, go to a little vacation, and a vacation, and figure out in the next season because he's a non-factor. But for LeBron, it's going to be very interesting. Should he stay in the Lakers or should he go somewhere else? That's the man's decision, and I hope that LeBron doing what's best for him. But thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Make sure to follow me on social media on my Instagram, Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. Same thing with threads. Um, Also, you can follow me on my Facebook, Pascal Mayala, on my X from the Twitter, Belly versus PMM, on my other account, Pascal Maya 613 on X from the Twitter. That being said, thank you very much. I will see you next time from another uh, playoff series.